Greetings, I'm SlyJack, and today I'll be explaining why focusing on your movement may help you improve much more than any new building techniques. And I'll be showing you how to correct your improper movement with each peek. No matter how good your piece control and editing is, it can only be as good as your movement allows. The best example of this is when people full box the opponent, edit a window, and then stand too close to the wall, therefore letting the opponent hit them first. They can hit you first for two reasons. First, when you're right up against the wall, your character's elbow pokes out and gets you shot. The second reason is because of far edge advantage. A simple principle that says the player that is further away from the wall will have an advantage on shooting the other player first. This happens because the closer you get to a wall, the more your limbs and body will stick out to the side. For example, you full box your opponent and edit a window to shoot them through. But if you're pressed up against the wall to take your right hand peek shot, all your piece control is useless because the enemy can still shoot you first. When you're pressed against the wall, your character's elbow sticks out and lets you get shot. You have to back up a bit when making this peek. Every single good edit has important movement that causes the edit to be so strong. If you MONGRAAL classic, you have to move all the way to the left, otherwise it's just a 50-50. If you double edit down, you have to move to the left behind the floor for the safest peek. So let's go through all the best edits and focus on the improvement to go along with them. Starting with walls. The window edit is the simplest. Stay to the left of the window, then move right to take the shot before moving left again. Just remember, like I stated earlier, to back up further away from the wall. Next is the top right edit. This actually has two ways to use it. The best is to jump to the left while pressed up against the wall. But this only works in some situations. First, you must have a floor above your head. The reason this peek is so strong is because you hit your head and there are only a few frames where you're able to be hit. If there's just a cone or nothing above your head, you'll float at the top of your jump and be easy to headshot. The other way to peek with the top right edit is by uncrouching while moving to the right. Just moving to the right will work and just uncrouching will work, but doing them together is even better. The last one for walls is this half wall edit. This one, unlike the others, doesn't give you any right hand peek or angle advantage. When making this peek, you have to crouch and get close to the wall before you confirm. This is strictly forcing your opponent to try and guess when you'll uncrouch. This peek isn't as safe as the others, but the benefit is that if multiple teammates are in your box, everyone can peek over the same wall for a shot. On to floors. Being above the enemy is great, but not if you're peeking like this. The player below will have a significant advantage when peeking forward over a floor. Instead, peek around the right side for the right hand peek. For edits, the only real advantage you can get is using the floor's railing like a half wall to force the enemy to guess when you'll uncrouch. From below, the best peek was popularized by MARTOZ, where you can edit any tiles on the backside, then place a stair above it and jump into it. This blocks your head and pushes you back down, just like the floor does with the top right edit. Cones are where I see people mess it up the most often. When peeking over a cone, moving forward does almost nothing to protect you. You need to be crouched and use the edge of the cone to protect yourself. If you're peeking over the top, the enemy can get a full damage headshot before you're even able to see them. As far as edits, the unedited cone is usually sufficient, but if they take your wall and make a right window or a half wall edit, you can edit the two right tiles to get insane peeks. With the window, it's impossible for them to hit you without moving to the back of their box, and with the half wall, you can use your cone to push yourself down when you jump, just like the MARTOZ peek. Finally, the movement with stairs is pretty simple. The common edit of flipping the stair into a half ramp is used just like a wall. The best movement is just moving to the right for a right hand peek, and the same movement works for a half ramp facing forward as well. You just have to jump on the railing first. If you're able to successfully implement these in your fights, you'll find yourself almost never taking return damage when peeking. For more in-depth content and personalized training plans, check out NOVOS.gg and subscribe to get our latest videos. Farewell!